Operated Waco Custom Marketplace, 425 Lakeview Drive in Waco or WacoCustomMarketplace.com.
Welcome back to Sikkim 365 Radio.
Gaither in the Wildcat, throws it out in the flat. This is Weisner at the 40, and he gets loose, and there goes Trey. Forget it. Touchdown. 10-5. Touchdown.
The Central Texas Players of the Week is brought to you by Bird Culchin Ford.
All right. Players of the Week of staff voting. On offense, the Player of the Week is Ben Smedshammer, quarterback at Lorena, 12 of 22 passing, 201 yards, 2 touchdowns, 81 yards, and a touchdown run on a 28-21 against Yo. Defensively, it was Jordan Jackson, defensive end from Lorena, 7 tackles, 5 sacks, a quarterback pressure and a caused fumble. He had 3 sacks and caused a fumble on Yo's final drive that was trying to get down the field into Lorena territory, and Jordan Jackson just blew everything up.
Yeah, you know what that quarterback's favorite moment of the night was from him? Was the quarterback pressure, because they didn't hit him.
Yeah, it's the one time he didn't actually sack him. Eric Beshears from Buffalo had a 95-yard kick return for a touchdown in the loss to Franklin. He was named our special teams player of the week. Now, a couple of guys this week, we're going to do this, and we're not everyone wins a ribbon. The overall players of the week. This is an insane stat line. I don't care if it's 6-man football or what. C.J. Lanehart of Parkview Academy. 19 carries for 465 yards and 9 touchdowns. He also threw for, I don't know, I blacked out the number, also threw a touchdown in a win against Mineral Wells Community Christian, 89-44. Yes, the game got out of hand. Yes, that's 6-man football. I don't care. He also plays defense and does a lot of stuff for them too. And then there's Jeff Kozowski's son, Seth, at Bremont. 228 yards rushing, 9 of 13 passing, 3 touchdowns in a win against Wortham, 64-30. He also, in the game, had, I think it was 6 tackles and also an interception and also blocked a couple of passes as well. And so Seth Kozowski, quarterback at Bremont, for his performance as well in the 64-30 win against Wortham. Biggest upset of the weekend had to be Heritage. We'll get into that with Craig in a minute. But here is our Cadillac moment for high school football in Central Texas.
Sikkim 365's Richard Carr Cadillac Moment with Central Texas High School Football is sponsored by Cadillac, where exceeding expectations is the standard.
Cooper Golke. I talked to his father, Bert, earlier today. Golke Farms out in the Crawford area. So Bosqueville and Crawford had this tremendous game. 27-20, Crawford won the game. Last minute, I guess there's like 3 minutes left in the game. I talked to Greg Jacobs, head coach, earlier. Bosqueville's at the Crawford 45, 27-20 the score. Bosqueville is moving. The game is on the line. And Cooper Golke strips the ball away from the ball carrier, and eventually also they ran out the clock and sealed the win for Crawford to remain unbeaten in a 27-20 win against Bosqueville. So Cooper Golke is the Cadillac moment, brought to you by, we mentioned Richard Carr Buick GMC Cadillac. Craig, real quickly, we've got to hit Phil Bennett at 5 o'clock, high school summary.
Yeah, I'll just go down the list here and point out the games that were of interest. Mansfield, 28, Midway, 24. Panthers start off 0-2 this season.
0-3?
0-3, excuse me.
Yeah, 0-3, and now they have a must-win against Waco High this Friday at home. They don't win that game. There's a chance they don't make the playoffs for the first time since, 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah, so that's just kind of surprising, and that district will only get tougher, actually.
No,
yeah.
Waco High and Waxahachie down the road, maybe Lake Ridge are possibly winnable games, but not the other one with Cedar Hill, DeSoto, and whatever else.
Yep, so that was from the 6A ranks.
Temple, in Duncanville.
Yeah, Temple Roll Bryan. Let's see here. Games of interest. Bowie over Lamar, 19-13.
Yeah, we had that in our pick'em. That's why you're bringing it up. Lamar have played a really good schedule. Those Arlington schools are good. Martin beat Temple, remember, just a couple of weeks ago. It's a nice win for Bowie.
Yep, Lorena, obviously you mentioned that score, but 28-20 over Cameron Yo.
Yo had the lead early, too. Lorena just kept doing, as they say, just kept chopping the wood. Next thing you know, they have the win. And that district with Troy, did you mention? I don't think you haven't mentioned that yet. That's another story in itself. But, yeah, that's a nice win for Lorena. Yo plays McGregor, and a must-win for them.
What did you want to mention about Troy?
Troy played without Zach Robotchik, and they were down throughout the game against Caldwell and then found a way with a backup running back to win 21-6. Otherwise, would have been a deadly loss in that district that is so jumbled because so many people are right there in the middle of trying to make to the playoffs.
Rockdale had no problem with Little River Academy.
Now, Academy's kind of running out of gas. That's a hard district week in and week out, even though Lancaster's done a great job.
And I think everybody pretty much picked Franklin over Buffalo, but I don't know if they were expecting a 31-point victory by Franklin over Buffalo.
Franklin ran for almost like 600 yards in that game. Just mauled them.
Yeah, so that was a mighty impressive win for Franklin. And then, as far as our pick'em games go, I think every game that kind of was out there, Centerville, Grapeland turned into a great game. Centerville wins 38-34, but a lot of lopsided scores I noticed this week.
Yeah, last week, Paul went 19-1, moved up a little bit. Grayson 2 or 3 weeks ago went 18-2. It was a week to do that. This week, it's going to be interesting. There's probably, again, every week there's 3 to 5 games that are flip games. Like the Killeen game, not the Killeen game, but the Harker Heights and Ellison game was a flip game. There's about 4 or 5 again this week. We'll see what happens.